World Champion Atlanta Braves baseball comes your way from the city of brotherly love. It's presented by Truist as the Braves and Phillies meet in Game 3 of our 4-game set here at Citizens Bank Park. Time for the Braves to turn things around. They've dropped their last 3 games, and they've struggled offensively, but have a new lineup for Game 3 today. Hi again, friends. Chip Carey, Jeff Francoeur, Paul Bird will join us in just a moment. New lineup coming for the Braves. We'll talk about that in a few moments, Jeff. But the big story tonight, perhaps some history. Kyle Wright goes for win number 20. He's been brilliant all year, and the Braves need him to be today.
Yeah, one of the reasons, he's got the second best ground ball rate in the National League, 25 double plays. And Kyle has done an outstanding job this year of taking the ball every 5 days. He's had a little bit of break. Look at that previous 4 seasons. To come back and do what he's done, man, you've lost 3 games in a row. How big would it be to get a win and have Kyle Wright get his 20th win today?
Well, Paul Bird, he's been one of the bright stories for the Braves in this 2022 season. One shudders to think where we'd be without Kyle Wright and his 19 wins.
Absolutely. The hammer straight down, the sinker, the ground ball rate Jeff is talking about, a big part. But how about the body language this year? When he gets in trouble, he doesn't seem to be phased. He keeps right on pitching. He has been outstanding. Here he is with Snit on this magical season.
It's definitely cool, you know, to even kind of be in that, have the opportunity to do it. I guess a testament to the team, the coaching staff, myself, just for kind of staying diligent and just being consistent and give us a chance to win every time I take the mound. So it's exciting, definitely for me, but again, it's kind of a team award. You know, need runs, need defense to get those wins. So I'm excited to have a chance. So
it's very special because it doesn't happen a lot anymore, and to put yourself in that position and all is really good. I mean, that's very special to him and where he's come and the year he's had, and you know, it's awesome.
This storied franchise, all the great pitching, all the years, the last to win 20, Russ Ortiz in 2003. Can Kyle Wright win 20 today in this great day here at Citizens Bank? You got to watch to find out. Chip.
Ernie, sure hope he does, and I think Kyle Wright deserves Cy Young consideration too. Something else we'll talk about as the Braves and Phillies meet in Game 3 of our 4-game series. It's a beautiful, warm afternoon for baseball. We'll get things started from the bank vault. The Braves and Fightins get after it next here on Valley Sports.
Park, everybody. The Braves are a little flat. They've dropped the first 2 here. It's no secret. Matt Olson is a great player, but he's been struggling a little bit at the plate. So Brian Snitker came to him last night and he said, hey, I'm going to sit you down tomorrow. I want you to sit on the bench. I want you to relax and just enjoy the game. He was not fought on it at all. Let's check out the graphic. As you can see, yeah, Kyle Ripken, he can relax. Most consecutive games played, Matt Olson getting that break today. How about our buddy Dansby Swanson with the lead? Austin Riley at first base today saying, guys, I just want to keep the ball in front of me, have fun, and help us win a game. Chip.
Sounds like a plan, Birdie, on this beautiful Saturday afternoon in Philadelphia. Not as breezy as we've seen the last couple of days. A few light cirrus clouds overhead on this gorgeous afternoon. The Braves have dropped 3 straight games. They're 2.5 games behind the Mets. And once again, they'll have Dansby Swanson leading off the Toyota starting lineup. William Contreras will bat second. Riley playing first base today in place of Matt Olson. Darno the DH. Marcell Ozuna is the left fielder. Michael Harris batted second last night. He's in center. Then the lower third, Grissom, Orlando Arcia, and Robbie Grossman. This is Bailey Falter. His last start came against the Braves. Atlanta did pretty good work against him. Didn't score a lot of runs, Jeff, but made him work down at Truist Park.
Yeah, I can see that. 13 starts for the Phils this year. 5-3 with the 3.68. He's done a nice job, but as you said, the Braves did a good job last time. Good time, too. We hit lefties great. Suarez kind of gave us a little trouble the other night. Hopefully they can get to him early today.
You mentioned, at least Paul did a moment ago, the offensive issues the Braves have had. They've scored 6 runs in their last 4 games. With that in mind, what are your 4 keys to get back in the win column here in Game 3?
Look, Olson's got the day off today. Acuna's out of the lineup. Someone's got to step up in this lineup. Someone's got to get the big hit, get him going early. And you know what? For Kyle Wright, since 2003, Russ Ortiz, no one's won 20 games in a Braves uniform. Make that number 20 today and break this losing streak.
Let's talk about the playing conditions. It's a much more comfortable day today. That said, with this 4 o'clock start, we're starting a few minutes late today. You look at the infield, shadows are all across the infield grass for Bailey Falter here in the top of the first inning. What problems, if any, will that pose both offenses here in the early innings of Game 3?
Well, it's just you can see where the shadows come there. It's going to kind of come in and out the first hour or so, so it could be a little difficult. I think the hitters will let you know pretty quick, especially if they're late on fastballs and what they're looking for.
Well, Dansby is ready to go, and so are the Braves, who start play today with 93 wins on the season. Still a comfortable lead for the top wild card spot, and still within striking distance of the Mets in the Eastern Division race. Dansby 1 for 8 so far in this series, and Falter, with that hesitation windup, goes to work, and that's a good way to start. One pitch, one single, and we are underway. Almost a perfect temperature in Philadelphia, 71 degrees.
Love that. Right off the bat, get it going. This team needs to score early today. Find a way to get some momentum.
William Contreras 1 for 6 in the set. He's sitting on 19 homers. Pretty good pitch and called a ball. Thank you very much. You saw the double clutch from JT Realmuto. That one higher than high. It's ball 2. Falter's been very good for the Phillies, who've won 10 of his 13 starts. He's really helped stabilize their rotation. They are awaiting the return of Zach Wheeler. You know what Aaron Nola can do. He was terrific last night. And Ranger Suarez gave us some trouble in the first game of the series. So 1 through 4, Jeff, looks like Philadelphia now in this home stretch has their rotation edging toward the way they want it to be if they make the playoffs.
They do, and like you said, the whole thing here the next 2 weeks is trying to find momentum, trying to find things that, you know, can take you forward as you go into the postseason. That's one advantage the Braves have a little bit. I know you're pushing for that division, but ultimately, you know, worst case scenario, Chip, you're hosting a game on Friday night in what, 13 days in Atlanta. Worst case scenario. Whereas the Phillies, they got to keep pushing. Milwaukee, San Diego, they're all bunched together.
William didn't get that, and he faces a 3-2 count. Chased a high fastball, and Contreras is out number 1.
He just came back with 3 straight fastballs right there. The last one was a little bit up.
So Austin Riley is your batter, playing in his 21st career game as a first baseman in the major leagues. Matt Olson getting the afternoon off with a left-hander on the hill.
I think last night Snit, watching Matt Olson out there, knew this was a good day to give him off, Chip. You know, I'm one, you know, I tend to be on the man. I want my guys out there. I want to run them out there. Looking at his face last night and just pressing like that, I think sit on the bench and watch a game today. Won't be shocked if he gets 3 hits tomorrow.
Driven out of play by Riley. It's a strike 1 count, and Matt has tried everything, right? He's grinding it out, as Paul showed you. 285 consecutive games played, taking extra BP, not taking extra BP.
He tried.
Messed with his stance last night.
Yep.
And so Olson in the midst of an 8 for 83 slide with 28 strikeouts. We'll get a mental break as much as a physical one today.
I think that's going to be the key. You already saw Contreras. It's laying off that fastball 92 up. He's trying to get you to chase after that pitch. You got to see the ball down like Dansby did early. Line 1 to left.
Nice stop by Real Muto. And 2 balls and a strike for Riley with 37 homers on the year. This guy has long flowing hair and he's got a real long delivery, doesn't he? Chopper toward third. Bohm to second for 1. The turn is just in time. And then around the horn double play for the Phillies. Erases an Atlanta first inning threat. Kyle Wright goes to work with a 6-game winning streak next. Doubled up to end the Braves first. Now the Phillies come a-calling. Philadelphia, give them credit. They've won 3 straight games. And the Phillies have moved into the second wild card spot ahead of the San Diego Padres. They've been playing great like the Braves since June the 1st, Jeff. They are 62-38 since the 1st of June, and their Toyota starting lineup features the same familiar faces that Kyle Wright has seen and has gone 1-1 against so far in 2022.
Yeah, I think for Kyle today, those right-handers, it's going to be getting that 2-seam in on them. You see the record going for 20 wins, but he's got over a 55% ground ball percentage rate. Get that ball on the ground like that, and I think if you do that, you got a good chance to come away with your 20th. It was funny last night with Odorizzi, the righties did all the damage, and the lefties kind of struggled. You would figure with Kyle, better matchup for the left-handers than the right-handers.
So Kyle Schwarber leading off. He is 0 for 7 in the series, hitting .212 on the year. Braves have really held Schwarber down as far as the batting average is concerned this year. Schwarber has 6 hits in 57 at bats. Of those 6 hits, though, 4 have left the ballpark. And with 40 home runs, Schwarber is second this year in the major leagues to Aaron Judge, who's 20 ahead of him. It's just still, to me, the most amazing stat. I love what Paul said about Kyle Wright as we came on the air today. His attack mode has really been a big difference maker for him, something we saw in the early days of spring training this year. He's gotten in trouble and knows how to get out. How about that play by Riley? Nicely done at first base.
Of course, that's how it happens, right? First one's got to be a high chopper, but Austin did a beautiful job of coming right in on that ball.
May sound funny. Austin Riley plays third base. That's the hot corner when the right-handers are up. It's also the hot corner when you're a first baseman for lefties.
But look, at third, if that ball's hit just like that, he's doing the same thing. So for him, he's just telling himself, now you got to get yourself under control, though, and make a good flip.
Look how nice and shiny that glove is. Hardly been used at first base.
Gets
for
a
Austin.
little love.
Yep. Here's Hoskins. He's had a big night last night. Fell shy of the cycle for the Phillies, but his first 3 at bats, single, double, homer, drove in 4. And now is up to 76 runs batted in. I think we're seeing the same thing for both the Braves and Phillies in these back-to-back series. Philadelphia look like a different team without Rhys Hoskins offensively. Right now the Braves look different without Ronald.
Wow, look at the movement on that slider. That was that or a hard curveball that he really threw at 85.
One-two pitch. Braves are 22-6 when Kyle Wright starts for them. They need that to be 23-6 today. And there's his first strikeout. Hoskins was frozen. A couple of swings and sequences there, Jeff, that leads you to believe he's not seeing the ball real well.
No, look at this. This was just, I mean, a curveball right down the middle. And I think for Kyle, if you're seeing this, I'm not saying you can just lay pitches in there, but you can tell, especially spin, maybe they're having a tough time picking that up. That was the thing. The Phillies did all their damage last night without Harper or Schwarber really doing anything at the 1-3.
Harper's in a cold spell right now. No hits in his last 13 at bats. Braves have done good work with Harper on pitches like that up in the strike zone. He's not really been able to catch up to them yet.
No.
Arcia, the man in the rover spot in shallow right, as Harper down to his last strike.
You definitely can tell right now it is very difficult to see the ball. It's
would,
hard up here a little bit.
Yeah, I would think it would be. You've got the hitter's background, bright sunshine. Right's in shadow. There's some dappled sunshine right out in front of the plate. And this one foul at first again. So take advantage of this while you can.
Yeah.
Get a couple of zeros on that board early. Pitch number 16 for Wright, and Harper spoiled that. Harper playing with a torn elbow ligament. Doesn't affect him at the plate, but he can't throw. They're hoping it won't need surgical repair after the season. Takes a peek left side, sees the Atlanta shift where Dansby's standing in shadows at short. One way outside, one way inside, and now it's a full count. That's JT Realmuto standing in shadows and on deck. And Harper takes ball 4, a 2-out walk. That's a frustrating one for Kyle. He got ahead in the count but couldn't finish his man off. Now catcher JT Realmuto, who's picked up 2 hits in the series.
See if he catches tomorrow with this 4-10 game. They ride
him hard all year behind that plate.
First pitch swing right to short, and the flip to second will retire the side. Kyle Wright with 20 first pitch tosses and no score.
I need you to relax. I got some bad news, but then I got some good news. Spencer Strider did all of his work for that oblique in the training room and felt good, but when he went to go get on that mound and play catch, he still felt something, so he's not going to make that Mets series. Ronald Acuna also with the hips, with the turn, swinging the bat. They think that his back muscle is actually pulled. It's a little more than soreness, but he is day-to-day. That's bad news. What's the good news in all this? Still a few weeks away from playoffs. We're not there yet, and there is a chance that the Braves could get both back for the playoffs. Ronald sooner, but a chance that Strider could be ready for the playoffs. No guarantees. Chip and Jeff, we got to just keep rolling with the punches.
That's exactly right, Paul. The schedule is relentless and unforgiving, right? And it's an unfortunate time for the Braves to lose Strider for sure. He was really rolling in rotation for the Braves, and we were all eagerly anticipating him coming back against the Mets. And frankly, the same's true for Ronald.
Yeah, look, all teams at this time of year deal with some injuries, some nagging injuries, and I think that's the thing that for Snit and this Braves staff right now, you're kind of battling, Chip. You know, you're pushing for that East title, but at the same time, you've got to make sure your guys get a chance to get healthy.
One off day left on the schedule. That's going to come Thursday in Atlanta after we wrap up our series with the Nationals. So rest will be a very important factor as to whether or not the Braves can seal the deal and come back and beat New York.
Well, guys, I noticed some discouragement in Snitker's voice today, but there's also some positive notes. And you talked about we still have a very good team. You look at the starters that we have. You'd love to have Spencer Strider, but we still have a very good team with a very good rotation, with a good bullpen. We just possibly lose a few guys, and you got to battle through. Snitker said this also accentuates organizational depth and why it's so important to have guys who are in waiting and ready to go. He would love to have Soroka, Ian Anderson. Those guys aren't available, and you just have to roll with the punches.
Great report, Bertie. We'll see how the Braves roll with it in Game 3 today as Bailey Falter turns it loose and Travis d'Arnaud fouls it away.
That's why all teams go into spring training every year and talk about depth. Talk about, you know, we need 7-8 starters to get through a year, and ultimately it kind of comes true every year. It really does.
That's lifted toward left. It froze Schwarber, and he can't back up in time. He'll play it on one hop off the wall. d'Arnaud's going to try for two. The throw is going to not beat him. d'Arnaud with a swim move got into the bag safely.
I think it was a swim move. I think he also might have dropped it.
We couldn't see
that's what I'm saying. But the way that they looked, Segura never argued that. Did you notice that? Yep. He didn't get up and kind of. Schwarber deked us. I thought it was a line drive right at him. Watch this. He doesn't even move. And then all of a sudden. No, you're right. He kept it. He just made a beautiful move.
He kept reaching, and d'Arnaud never got there.
Look at that athletic ability by Travis.
So 22 doubles, 125 for his career, and the Braves have their first runner in scoring position. And Marcell Ozuna is the batter. Take another challenge for Schwarber in left. He's standing in shadows as he looks toward the Phillies dugout. The first base side of the field is in bright sunshine.
Yeah, that's what I said. You can tell it's difficult right now.
So a chance to get the first run. Let's see if Ozuna can get his man to third at the very least. Marcel in the opening game of the series just missed a home run. The wind was howling in, you'll recall, drove Schwarber to the warning track in left. And so Ozuna hits with d'Arnaud at second. Superman slide.
Well, and it's one of those sometimes that if you're Segura, you got to believe it's going to be close. If he almost took a step before he dove, I think then he would have got him. But you can see Travis, and then for Travis to be able to look at that, keep that left finger just on the tip of the base.
Shot and caught.
Man.
That ball was creamed by Ozuna, but a great leaping grab by Segura to rob him for out number one.
Man, that was going to be an RBI too. And he's going to have balls keep tailing a little bit.
Good sign. Ozuna hit that ball hard, but he's out number one for Michael Harris. Michael looking for his first hit in the series. Told you last time we saw Falter how he's modeled his delivery after a Hall of Famer. California kid, grew up idolizing the great Sandy Koufax with that long stride as a left-handed starting pitcher with the Dodgers. Very deceptive delivery for Falter, who's ahead 0-2. I know Paul's a big believer in that effective velocity statistic.
Yeah.
This guy doesn't throw 98, but that long stride, from what we've heard from hitters, it looks a lot faster than 94.
And especially today with, like you said, being able to not see the ball as well right now.
Michael hanging tough here, down 2 strikes. d'Arnaud with a leadoff double to left. Ozuna lines out to second. Harris and Grissom following here in the second inning for the Braves. No score. On the ground toward first, race to the bag, close play. d'Arnaud to third on a ground out to the right side. 2 outs for Vaughn Grissom. Vaughn's looking for his first hit of the series. He's 0 for 7. Up the middle. Diving tries Segura, can't make the play, and Vaughn Grissom with an RBI single, and the Braves have scored a 2-out run to lead 1-0.
Man, they needed something like that. Something to be able to put them out front. They've trailed this whole series. Talk about only scored 1 run, and after Ozuna lining out on that play, the Braves now are 1 for 13 with runners in scoring position this series. Right up the middle, and the way they were shaded them. even if Segura makes his play, Chip, there's no way he's throwing out Grissom. So good start.
Braves strike first. When they score first, they usually win. The Braves are 68-13 after scoring the game's first run. And now Orlando Arcia is the batter. Arcia hasn't played in a month. Hamstring problems and the like. Last night came in and pitched when the Braves wanted to preserve the bullpen. He threw a scoreless inning. Now gets the start at third base today.
Threw a beautiful inning last night, right? Figure he's hot, get him in there. One thing we know, he's not going to get cheated.
No. Well, you don't see it too often. A man pitching in the 8th inning the night before, getting an at bat in the 2nd inning the next day.
Getting a start at third base.
Yeah. 1-0 Braves. Grissom leads at first with a short advantage. The pitch. And conked out a play toward us. Still 1-2. Good start for Atlanta. Leadoff double, a 2-out RBI from Grissom. Popped up left side. Bohm in foul ground. Races over. Still coming. And can't handle it. Bohm had to run about 30 yards to try to corral that.
I think that ball kind of died a little bit too, because the way he was settling under it almost looked like felt like he. Watch this. You see straight up. Real Muto's watching him. See how Bohm kind of jogs a little bit, and at the end has to kind of get a little quicker break for Arcia.
So he's got a free swing here. The pitch. And he couldn't connect. And Falter has his second strikeout. But a leadoff double and a 2-out hit gives Kyle Wright and the Braves their first lead. It's 1-0 here in the second. Bottom of the second inning. Let's check out our Hyundai Inside the Numbers. The Braves pitching staff has been brilliant since the 1st of June when things turned around for our Atlanta Braves.
Yeah, 52 quality starts, second most in the National League, and they trail only the Dodgers in all those pitching categories since June 1st.
Kyle Wright's been given a 1-0 lead. He'll face hot hitting Alec Bohm, who's got a 6-game hit streak. And a big hop right at Dansby. Gloves and guns across in time. No problem. There is out number 1 in the inning. Third ground ball out for Kyle Wright, which was one of your 4 keys today, if I remember correctly.
The second best percentage in the National League, 55%.
This is Brandon Marsh. Marsh had a couple of hits in the first 2 games. He's been troubled with some knee issues. Marsh came out of the game after 6 innings last night, but good to go today.
You want some good news too?
Yeah.
The Mets went up 3-0 in the first inning with Jacob deGrom on the mound. 4-3 Oakland now in the first.
I always like good news. That's great.
Pesquier's putting 4 on deGrom in the first. You see that coming?
Nope.
That's why these last 2 weeks, man, anything can happen.
So let's get some help, take care of our own business, get that game we lost back last night today. One ball, 2 strikes. Again, you don't want to look too far ahead, but look, if you're within 3 games, and you've got the division leader coming to your place for the final 3 home games.
You got a shot.
And we are still in that position as of today. Fouled away by Marsh. Still 1 ball, 2 strikes. Another thing that helps solidify Kyle Wright's Cy Young credentials is he's been a stopper for the Braves. That's what aces do, or budding aces. You have a little bit of a losing streak, you hand the ball to the next guy and he goes and gets you in the win column or gives you a shot. And he retires Marsh on strikes. 2 of those for Wright, who's 7-3 this year after a Braves loss. Here's Gene Segura, first a word from Racetrack.
Fuel up like the Freeze does with whatever gets you going at Racetrack.
Talk about some cheese there. 97 on that pitch to Marsh.
And 94 got a piece of William on the way by. It's a strike. I'm astounded that Kyle Wright hasn't gotten more attention nationally as far as the Cy Young Award is concerned in the National League. No, he doesn't lead in strikeouts or innings pitched or complete games, but he does lead in wins.
I would think at the end of the year you're going to see some votes for him, especially he drops a 20 on that win percent, his stats for the year.
Well, nobody else in the game has a start going for number 20 at the moment.
Well, and it's not even that, but like I said, the way he's done it with, you know, a 3.18, it's not like that ERA is a 4.5 and you're getting just, you know, you're winning 7-5 every time you pitch.
That pushed Segura off the plate. No swing. So the count to him moves to 3 balls and a strike.
I think he was trying to Snit. You can see Snit asking him. Thought it was a foul ball.
He also wants to know if it was tipped or if it was a swing.
A little confused too.
Edwin Moscasco behind the plate says neither of those things happened, so it's a 3-1 count. And ball 4. 2 2-out walks for Wright in as many innings. That keeps the inning alive for Bryson Stott. I guess Sandy Alcantara is the front runner in our league for the Cy Young.
I would think so.
But I'm of a mind that wins do matter for starting pitchers, not just wins, but the ability to keep your team in the game. And Kyle has done both of those things. As I mentioned, the Braves are 22-6 when he starts. Individually, he's 19-5. Segura represents the tying run. He's at first with 2 outs.
Great change up there.
Segura wanders too far off first. The throw back to first. He got back. Where was he going? He was 35, 40 feet off the first base bag, and William, with a slight pause, with that strong arm, couldn't pick him off as he scrambled back to first. Are the Braves going to take a look?
Yeah, they are.
Looks like his hand got caught underneath the spike of Austin.
Atlanta's challenging the safe call at first base.
And wouldn't that be interesting? Remember, that's how Ozzie Albies got hurt. Sliding head first, his hand hit the foot of Gene Segura at second base.
Difference in Segura, that one, he had the pad on that hand. I think he's out. I think he was blocked.
The call on the field was Segura got back to the bag. Is there enough evidence to overrule? We shall find out in a moment.
Got some great tunes in the background during this, so I'll tell you that.
You can sing along if you want.
Not yet. Find a karaoke bar tonight.
Here's another look at first.
I think he got him.
He tagged him across the top of the hand before he even got back to the bag.
And to me, and this is what's going to stink, though, is you wonder if they're going to say, is there enough evidence right here to watch? See, I think Riley blocks him. And right there, the tag is on him. And you can see, to me, there's no way with where his foot is that his hand is on the base.
Well, I think the verdict is in.
The call on the field stands.
See,
Order safe.
That's such crap.
Atlanta will lose their challenge for the remainder of the game.
That's the whole thing. They're going to say, well, you couldn't totally tell. There's no way his hand was on the bag where his foot was. It's impossible.
I've said it for years. If you're going to do replay, do it right. Get cameras right down the lines.
That's a bad call.
And the Braves lose the challenge. And a 2-2 count. And that takes care of that. One more pitch ends the inning as Bryson Stott is caught looking. 3 looking strikeouts for Kyle Wright through 2 innings. He leads 1-0.
Is brought to you by Landmark Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, Georgia Natural Gas, live the greener life, and by Yamaha Boats and Wave Runners.
Beautiful day in this part of the world in Philadelphia. Atlanta leads the Phillies 1-0. Robbie Grossman will lead off for the Braves in the 3rd inning. He is our Georgia Natural Gas impact player, and Jeff, he has certainly done that.
Coming over, he's hitting .364 versus Philly with Atlanta this year in his last 30 games versus the NL East. .310 with a .925 OPS. Again, with the injuries the Braves have had and different stuff, he has stepped up in a huge way.
No swing. 1 ball, 1 strike. Robbie's 1 for 5 in the series. Made a great catch up against the wall last night. Drove in the lone Braves run last evening as well. Good cut, fouled back. It's 2-2. Grossman, Swanson, Contreras coming up for the Braves. Third strikeout for Falter. There's how the top of the third starts. Back to the top of the order. Didn't take Dansby long to get in the swing of things. Base hit on the first pitch.
Yeah, why not? Especially if you see that little slider he's throwing right now. You can tell it's a little difficult to see. I'm looking for that fastball and get all over it.
That's popped to the right side, foul. We'll try again. It's 0-2. Had a great graphic in our open last night about how the Braves Ironmen had played virtually every inning of every game. Ryan Swanson, Matt Olson. That is amazingly good work.
That's what I know. Snit doesn't like to give those guys days off, and I think he wrote it about as far as he wanted to with Olson. Whereas again, I said last night, I think he just watched him chip and said, you know what, it's time. And again, he might come off the bench tonight in the 8th, 9th inning, get a big knock, or get 2 or 3 tomorrow. But I think it was the right move today, especially with the lefty on the mound.
That was at the knees, and Swanson's rung up. Might have been below the knees. Been a lot of grumbling about the strike zone in this series. That one was generous at best, and Falter has struck out 3 straight hitters.
That's a tough one to leave up to the umpire right there. What made it hard is it really kind of cut back over the plate, started away.
Yeah, one more note on Dansby. He did not finish the game for the Braves last night, with the Phillies having that big lead. Snit started to use his bench. It may sound silly, but getting him out in the 7th inning is that extra hour he might have not have to be on his feet. Is that helpful for him today?
Absolutely. Just like I said, in that type of game, just to let you kind of take a breather, you know, get inside or just sit on the bench, cheer your teammates on. Thought it was a great call. Hitters kind of having a tough time pulling the trigger right now. Both sides. A lot of. That's where you wonder again. I know it's almost all in the shade now, but when you talk about the hitter's background. Center field, the bushes all in the sun.
Swing and a drive hammered right center field. That ball is gonna go. William Contreras has just hit his 20th home run.
You know what's great about that, Chip? Almost half his home runs now, I think it's either 8 or 9, have been to opposite field. You're having trouble seeing the ball. You got a pitcher kind of working you up away. I mean, stays through it beautifully. He knew it was gone too right when he hit it. With no wind today. Drives it right in that right center. And you asked me about hitting here last night. Remember what's it like? That right there. Those balls just, they go out.
So a good sign for Contreras, first Brave whose primary position is catcher to get to 20 home runs since Brian McCann did it so many years ago. And for this team, which relies on the homer, Jeff, they've got one today. You know, when the Braves don't homer, they're 16 under 500.
3 games since they've homered, I think, right?
So they extend the lead. Contreras with a solo shot. Now Riley with 2 outs. like Aaron Nola, falter when he's right is a guy that will not walk many batters. He had a stretch of 119 batters faced without a walk. Dansby Swanson snapped that in the start against this guy back in Atlanta. Hasn't walked anybody yet in this game. And he trails 2-0. Braves have all 4 of the game's hits so far. Game 3 trending in the right direction for the Braves. On the ground to Segura. He moves to his left. And that will retire the side. Both Braves RBIs today have come with 2 outs. That's what makes this team so fun. They extend their lead 2-0 after 2.5. His batter, he just hit his 20th home run. And that extends the lead for Kyle Wright, who's looking for win number 20. Perhaps that'll be the magic combo here in game 3. Nick Maton is the batter leading off for the Phillies. 271 average and 16 runs batted in. Mets in Oakland tied 4-4. That game's in the 3rd inning. It's Jacob deGrom on the mound for the Metropolitans.
That's why you never know in this game.
Anybody that tells you it should be easy to beat a big league opponent knows nothing about this sport. 1 ball 2 strikes. On the ground right to Grissom. Vaughn's got that. And there's more of that ground ball action from Kyle Wright, who is our Coors Light beating the pressure feature today.
Yeah. Whenever the Braves have lost in 12 starts, he's 9-3 following that loss. And this season has done well against Philly. 1-1 with a 2.63, and he's held him to a .130 opponent's average.
You know, all the experts were talking about the Mets schedule going in and how on paper it was going to be so easy for them. It hasn't been. That's why so many of us love this sport. Any team can beat anybody else on any given day for just about any reason you can think of.
Well, and for the A's, that's kind of sometimes playing those teams. They're young. This guy's got a lot to prove.
Those are their playoff games.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes when you have veteran teams that are in it and then the last 2 weeks are out, you don't ever want to say someone mails it in. But you know what? They're probably not playing with that same intensity that you're used to seeing.
Nothing in 2 for Schwarber. That's way outside. The Braves have known for the last 4 years, when you're in first place over the final couple weeks, if you take care of your business, the teams behind you can't catch you.
Yep.
The same is somewhat true. It is true for the second place team. You can't worry about the team in front if you don't take care of your games. And the Braves are trying to do that here in game 3 today. 2 balls 2 strikes. Change up, swing and miss. Schwarber waves through that and strikes out for the first time. 2 up, 2 down.
Boy, what a great changeup. After riding those fastballs, look at the depth of that and where it ends up. Exactly where you want it.
Rhys Hoskins is 0 for 1. Right starting to settle in nicely. Very economical. 47 pitches. He struck out Hoskins in the opening inning. Good news in Oakland. Seth Brown just hit a home run, leading off the home third. 5-4 Oakland over the Mets. Wright's walk 2. They've both come with 2 outs. He's behind the count here and gets a roller toward third. Arcia's got a cannon, and the stretch at first is in plenty of time, and Kyle Wright has his first 1-2-3 inning. The Braves in command after 3, leading the Phillies in game 3. It's a 2-0 score. For the 4th inning, Travis d'Arnaud will lead off the Braves. He scored the game's first run. And with that, Jeff, he's our Texas Pete Who's Hot feature.
And he's hit safely in 8 of the last 10 road games this season. Another guy, one reason the Braves have done so well against lefties, 333 with a 930 OPS.
Travis hitting cleanup for Atlanta today. Doubled to left. Schwarber never moved. The ball sailed over his head, and by the time Kyle picked it up and fired into second, d'Arnaud was in his Superman slide, and then
a little
swim move at the end, like Mary Plant would appreciate.
Yeah, for sure.
One ball, no strikes for Travis d'Arnaud. Mary Plant, by the way, the lovely wife of Mike Plant of the Braves front office.
We'll see all them tomorrow night and Monday.
That's right. Big White House visit coming up for the traveling party with President Biden in the East Room, honoring the World Championship season for the Braves last year. And after that, we start a 3-game series with the Nationals. Every game critically important. And they're dwindling to a precious few as that's out of play, foul right side. One more with the Phillies here tomorrow, 3 with Washington, day off next Thursday. The Mets come in for 3, and then we wrap it up down in Miami with a 3-game series with the Marlins. And then we await our fate, wild card or division lead. If the Braves are the top wild card, we will start the playoffs the first Friday after the end of regular season play. If you pass the Mets, you get a few extra days off, which, considering the state of the team right now, that would really help. And d'Arnaud swings and misses. He is out number 1 in the 4th inning. He's 1 for 2 on the day.
I will say this. I'm interested to see. Look, you want to win your division. You don't have to play the wild card game, but I'm interested to see offensively. You know, these guys are going to be going 6 days without at bats. You're 1 and 2 seeds in both leagues, and that's a long time. You know, you leave for the All-Star break, which is on a Sunday, and you come back on usually a Friday and play. And you'll see the first game. A lot of hitters feel rusty. Now you add in 2 more games with that. It'll be just something to keep an eye on.
What was your preference?
I like to keep playing. I didn't love that long break. Like I said, part of the deal too is you come back from the All-Star break and you kind of wish you were still at the beach.
Well, there is that.
You know, so you're gonna have a little more motivation with the playoffs.
But the point I was making is, for the Braves, Acuna's banged up, right? You've got Ozzie, who's trying to come back from his broken finger. Every extra day might increase the odds that he could come back.
Problem is, you need those guys in the lineup now too to make a push.
That's true.
This game don't wait on anybody.
Marcel didn't think so. It's strike 2 to him. Another scorcher up the middle. This one finds its way into the outfield. And Marcell Ozuna with a 1-out single.
That's 2 balls that Marcel's hit well today, and if you remember the first night here, probably would have had a home run if the not probably would have had a home run if the wind hadn't been blowing.
In 2020, that's what he did all year long.
Yep.
He used the center field portion and the right center field portion and almost won the Triple Crown.
He did.
So he's 1 for 2. And Michael Harris, your hitter, he bounced out in his lone trip to the plate against Bailey Falter, who delivers outside. They're through 3 in Oakland. The A's lead Jacob deGrom and the Mets 5-4. Here it's 2-0. The Braves trying to snap a 3-game losing streak and pick up a game in the Eastern race. While the Braves are 2.5 games out, remember they're just 2 games back in the loss column. Braves have a game in hand to be played, 1 more than the Mets have left
on Monday. Mets are off.
While we're playing the Nationals. 2-0 pitch. Lifted in the air toward left. Schwarber retreating back to the warning track at the wall as far as he can go. That one's gone into the first row for Michael Harris. A 2-0 count. He hits it the other way for a big 2-run homer, and the Braves have added on.
Well, what a time just one day makes. Last night that ball wouldn't have gone anywhere. You'd have been flying in today, and a good day. Michael knows that. Look at that. He stays behind it even though he popped it up so strong that ball just keeps going. Schwarber ran out of room.
So 19 homers for Michael. He's up to 61 ribbies in his rookie year. And that quiets an even larger Philadelphia crowd in this game even more in the early innings. 4-0 Atlanta. That'll cost Grissom a strike. It's 1-2. Vaughn's got an RBI hit today. 17 ribbies for him. His first hit of the series. Little chopper. Stott better hurry. Gloves and throws, and an infield hit for Grissom. He's 2 for 2. That extra step that Stott needed to settle his feet gave Vaughn an advantage, and he cashes it in. 3 straight Atlanta hits in the inning.
Well, when it bounced high like that right off the bat, you knew it was going to be trouble, and Stott was going to have to make the perfect play. Even if he doesn't give that extra one, I don't know that they would have got him. That's when you almost, looking back, probably his only chance was to bare hand that.
I think Vaughn's got a bee in his bonnet. He has an A on it too. As Arcia bats, he struck out his first time up. A 2-run homer for Harris here in the 4th. Braves lead the Phillies 4-0. If you're just joining us, Kyle Wright's look good. 3 shutout innings. As the young Braves right-hander looking for his 20th win. Wright has struck out 4. He's gotten 5 outs via ground ball.
Well, that's what you expect out of him. 5 out of the 9 outs so far. He said second in the NL ground ball percentage.
Contreras with his 20th, Harris with his 19th homer today for the Braves. That's a lot more like it for this offense.
Man, give him some run support early.
And now it's 3-1. A bullet pulled foul. Line drive into left field. That's headed for the corner. Schwarber will try to cut it off. He will, but not fast enough to keep Vaughn Grissom from going first to third. And Atlanta has 4 straight hits here in the inning.
Well, I don't know if you've noticed, but they're really doing a great job now of laying off that little cutter in. And I mean, they're just all over his fastball at this point. And you can also see kind of the shadows have pretty much totally covered the field now. So these hitters taking some big swings right now.
So the Phillies will have a mound meeting as the Braves threaten to add to their 4-run lead. Robbie Grossman will be the hitter with runners first and third and 1 man out. So right kind of guy at the right time for this Atlanta offense. Jeff, you mentioned how well the Braves have done against left-handed pitching this season. Let's look inside those numbers with our Yellowwood bringing the lumber feature.
Yeah, they've absolutely crushed lefties. They lead the NL in runs, OPS, and home runs versus lefty starters. The Cardinals have a better record against left-handed starters. That's what made surprising that, you knew the other night that Suarez pitched a really good game for him to have the success that he did against this Braves lineup. Today, though, they're getting after it.
Action has begun in the Phillies bullpen as Bailey Falter makes his 79th pitch. And the man beginning to throw is Andrew Bellotti. We've seen Andrew a lot, already pitched in 7 of the games between the Braves and Phillies this year. Really guided that baby in, didn't he?
It was somewhat of a hanger. Right here, even just a fly ball, something, ground ball to the right side, should get you that run in.
But it's not to be. Grossman got slowest, and that is out number 2 in the inning, and Dansby Swanson's coming up.
Well, scored 2 of the 4 runs with 2 outs. Dansby, one of the best 2-out hitters, not only for the Braves but in all of baseball.
He's 1 RBI away from a new personal high and a team record for a shortstop. He's sitting on 88 of them. And drove that out of play, foul for a strike. Line drive into center, and Dansby does it again with 2 outs. And he does have a personal high in RBIs now, his 89th. And the Braves extend the lead to 5-0. He is amazing.
It's just unbelievable. He can come up and get it done in that situation. Look how quiet he is and just lines it right up the middle. Exactly what you want. Beautiful piece of hitting.
So a 3-run 4th for the Braves. They're up 5-0. Coming into this game, Falter had gone 5-0 in his last 6 games. The Braves have touched him up in this one. He's struggling to get through 4 innings. He's given up 5 runs on 9 hits. Off his knuckles foul. It's a ball and 2 strikes.
It's almost turning the complete opposite of last night's game, where if you're Thompson for the Phillies over there, he's trying to get Falter as deep as he can go. This will be his 33rd pitch of this inning. Kind of like you said, you're your own reliever right here.
Again, the finish for the Phillies is not the easiest either. After they get done with the Braves, the Phillies head to Chicago, head to Washington for 4, and their final 3 games against the AL champion Astros. 2-2 pitch. Now everybody will get a head start with a full count. Two fast runners. Outfield shades Contreras toward right center. That's understandable. That's where he hit his home run. And the pitch. Line foul. And Falter will need at least 90 pitches to get through 4 innings. Little flare into shallow center with the runners going. That'll score 1. And Swanson all the way around to third base. Contreras with a 2 RBI day, and the Braves are pouring it on here in the 4th inning. They enjoy a 6-0 lead.
What you two love to see is the approach. I mean, they're just going right back up the middle. Look at this. Let him jam you. Contreras stays right through it. Gets rewarded. And that's going to be it.
So falters in this 4th inning. He has faced 8 batters, 6 hits, 4 runs. He's allowed 2 homers, 1 to Contreras, 1 to Harris, and the Braves are on their way in Game 3 of this series, enjoying a 6-0 advantage.
Baseball is brought to you by GMC Sierra Heavy Duty Truck, Xfinity, unbeatable internet only from Xfinity. And by the All-South Highway Safety Team, never mix drinking and driving.
All's right in the Braves world so far today. 6-0 is your score. Atlanta with a 4-run fourth. It continues. Austin Riley set to be the 9th man to come up in this inning. That's our Discover matchup. Two terrific young third basemen, albeit today Austin Riley playing across the diamond at first.
Yeah, he's first baseman today, but yeah, Bohm has finally come into his own. We all know Austin. You know, the power separates them. Riley's 19 home runs, lead the NL since July 1st. But Riley and Bohm ranked 4 and 5 in the NL in hits since July 1st. So Bohm with a much needed kind of bounce back year for the Phillies.
Austin has an 0 for 2 day. Let's see if he can add to this lead. 9th man to come up in the inning. Pop fly foul back toward us. It's strike one for Riley. Six runs on 10 hits. We're in the 4th inning.
That's what this offense needed. Used to say BJ was talking about on the pregame. It's kind of like that Sunday day game lineup where no Ronald, no Olson. You kind of give guys a blow and put some other guys out there and they get after it.
Oh, 0-2 for Austin. 1st and 3rd on the Braves runners. Didn't chase it. That one right on by, and that will end the inning. But what a productive frame for the Braves. 9 men come to the plate. 4 of them score. The big blow, an opposite field home run from Michael Harris, his 19th of the year. And the Braves enjoy a 6-0 lead. For our All-State Mayhem moment of the game, and it came last night at Dodger Stadium. Albert Pujols made a lot of history, Jeff. I think everybody who loves the game and appreciates great players was thrilled that Albert got to 700 home runs in his final big league season.
Man, I'll tell you what a second half he's had. And crazy enough, we talked about it last night, Chip, after the game. 500 home runs against right-handed pitching, 200 against lefties, and of course joins 3 of the all-time greats.
How about that stat at the bottom? Hank Aaron and Albert Pujols, the only players with 3,000 or more hits and 700 or more home runs.
Yeah.
The difference is you take away all of Hank Aaron's 755.
Yeah. Still gets 3,000 hits.
Amazing. So Kyle Wright enjoys a 6-run lead. Bryce Harper swings the first pitch and skies that to the left side. And I have a sneaking suspicion that Paul Burt is in Albert Pujols' book. Am I right, Bertie?
I'm in the book. Chip, that what you just showed, that does not happen without me.
Right.
But yeah,
what a guy Bertie is.
You're so giving, Paul.
Anything I can do to promote the game, guys.
What was it like facing that guy?
The best hitter that I ever faced.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, from the right side for sure. You know, he's a high average guy. He's a big power guy. He didn't have a weakness. Everybody has a book. You can't cover everything. But he was the one guy that covered in, out, up, down, slider, change, fastball. And so you just had to mix your pattern with him and guess. And just so incredible. I've told this story before on air, but I threw a fastball in. I had a little sneak to the fastball, wasn't high on the radar gun, and I threw it by him. Got a little full of myself, felt pretty good. Threw it again, and it ended up in Turner Field, went out to center. And DeRosa told me in the dugout, he goes, I almost called timeout in the middle of the inning and went over there and told you, hey, don't throw that pitch again.
It would have saved you a lot of trouble, huh?
It would have saved me trouble, and some guys were like that. You know, they would, once you, Albert Bell was like that. Once you got a strike on them, once you got them out with a certain pitch, they would simply just sit that pitch and destroy it. Just incredible hitter.
Well, how great is it for the game, too? Look, the Cardinals are going to win the National League Central, and I contrast them with the Braves. The Cardinals have the three old guys, Pujols, Wainwright, and Molina.
Yep.
The Braves have the three young guys in Harris, Grissom, and Spencer Strider, trying to go to the playoffs.
I want to say this too, guys. As great a hitter as Albert Pujols is, he's an even better person.
Right to Dansby, and the shift. Harper is going to ground out. Another ball in the dirt for Kyle Wright. Good start to the inning, one out.
Ground ball, 6 ground balls now, and for Kyle, that's usually a good indicator that he's got his stuff. When that ball's sinking down, like I said, not to say he's not going to climb that ladder with the four-seamer, but he is successful when he lives down in the zone.
And Paul, I think you're right about that. Your personal interactions with Pujols being what they are, I think the reaction you're seeing around Major League Baseball that he did what he did last night echoes what you're saying.
You know, everybody pulls at him. Everybody wants an autograph. Everybody wants to talk to him. And he's extremely humble. He's got time for everybody. Very genuine. He'll sign for you. Always smiling, always saying hello. And, you know, success is hard to handle when year after year stadiums full of people are cheering for you, chanting your name, wanting your autograph. And he's handled all of that success with such grace.
So his baseball life has certainly come full circle with the St. Louis Cardinals, as Albert Pujols last night joined the 700 home run club. Here in Philadelphia, the Braves have hit a couple of homers. Kyle Wright has a shutout working. He leads 6-0, trying to win his 20th game of the season. And that one served off the heel of Riley's glove. So Realmuto's aboard with one out. We'll await the scoring on that.
Yeah, I don't know how they're going to score that. I will say this: that ball was hit pretty hard. But yeah, it just kind of went right off his glove.
And they rule that an error, so the no-hit bid still alive for Kyle Wright.
A lot of times when you don't move and you're right there, they're not going to give it to you.
He might be saying to JT, hit it the other way next time.
Come on, man.
I'm out of position. Here's Bohm. He grounded out his first time. Bohm can play first base too. Another way you compare Riley and the Phillies third baseman. Braves trying to snap a 3-game losing streak.
Remember when we show Riley's stats and we show his errors, we got to subtract one from third base.
That's right.
That's not fair.
Well, he's rusty. It's the first time he's played there.
Yes.
A year. Here it's 6-0 Atlanta. A's still lead the Mets 5-4. That game's in the 5th. And That one line to right. That's a can of corn. And Real Muto retreats to first with 2 outs. No trouble for Robbie Grossman. Kyle settled in the first inning, gave up a 2-out walk, had another 2-out walk in the second. Retired the next 6. Real Muto reaches on the air, and now Bohm with 2 outs turns it over to Brandon Marsh, the newly acquired Phillies center fielder who came over from the Angels. Everything from Kyle Wright until that Bohm line drive to right has been on the ground or in the glove of William Contreras, the Braves catcher.
Well, and that changeup today is as good as we've seen it in a while. I mean, he's getting a lot of swing and misses, a lot of over the top. It's consistently been at 88, 89, and down in the zone. Exactly where you want it.
That was a very late swing
on a changeup.
By the way, Jacob deGrom is out of that game in Oakland after 4 innings. He gave up 5 runs. So go Oakland, go.
Yeah, right.
They win, we win. We get to within a game and a half again in the East. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Just around the plate, evens it up. Swing and a miss. Boy, did that breaking ball explode. Kyle Wright has a no-hitter through 4. He's got a 6-0 lead. It's game 3 at Citizens Bank Park. For Atlanta Braves baseball, it's presented by Truist with Paul Burt and Jeff Rancourt. Chip Carey with you here in Philadelphia. Mike Miller, Gretchen Caney, Brendan Culpepper, Drew Jenkins, all part of our great Bally Sports crew. Much more fun tonight than the previous 2 games of this series against the Titans. And Travis d'Arnaud will go back to work here in the 5th inning. d'Arnaud has a double and a strikeout today. Andrew Bellotti on in relief of Bailey Falter, who went 3 2/3 innings, 10 hits, 6 runs, 6 strikeouts, and 2 homers.
The Braves really, I'll tell you, the first inning or 2, you could tell they were getting some good swings on. 3rd and 4th inning, all of a sudden the shadows went away and they really got to him. And again, 2 home runs too for the Braves.
Broken bat right back where it came from, and d'Arnaud has a 2-hit game.
I didn't hit it hard, 83 exit velocity, but right up the middle. Let's see where they were shading and playing him to pull there. Stott was on the left side, so easy base hit.
Eleven hits for the Braves on the day. Marcell Ozuna has hit the ball on the barrel twice. He singled and scored in the Braves' 4th inning. Atlanta sent 9 men to the plate, and 4 came home.
Got him 2-0 aggressive. Threw a good slider there.
A couple of former Marlins in the home plate area. Ozuna for the Braves, Real Muto for Philadelphia. That one missed badly. Marcell way ahead in the count now, 3 balls and a strike. And for the Phillies, as they close in on a playoff opportunity, the real challenge for them, I think, Jeff, is going to be walks by their bullpen.
Yeah. Well, I think
such heavy bullpen usage in the game now.
They're going to rely heavy on Nola, Wheeler, and probably Suarez there to take them deep into games.
The Phillies bullpen has walked more men than their starters have, and they've thrown about 330 fewer innings this year. I mean, it's just the most remarkable statistic. And the way bullpens are deployed in postseason play, that is awfully tough to work around if they're wild. Bellotti hasn't been yet. And he came back to get Ozuna with a swing and a miss. 1 on, 1 out. Michael Harris, your hitter. Let's enjoy a quick word from Delta.
Delta, proud to be the official airline of the 2021 World Champion Atlanta Braves.
Chip, if you're Philly, you're really pulling for Milwaukee to lose, because if you have to play out that Tuesday, Wednesday, last couple games of the season, and say you got to win, probably got to pitch Nola, you probably got to pitch Wheeler in those games, and then they're not available for that Friday or Saturday game.
Yeah, what's the old saying? You worry about today's game today.
Exactly.
And it's been a while since the Phillies have been in postseason play. They are all in for the 2022 season. And look, give them credit, like the Braves, since June 1, they're playing .620 winning baseball. That's usually more than good enough to get to postseason play. They're not going to catch the Braves, but they're trying to stay ahead of San Diego and Milwaukee. Brewers just 2 games out of that final wild card spot. You just saw the Padres. Look, they're without Tatis. How big a threat are the Padres to advance in postseason play if they get there?
The difference, the length of that lineup is not what the Braves is. When you talk about the bottom part, Darvish has pitched really well, but you look at, after that Musgrove, they've been very inconsistent.
But they'll look a lot different if somehow the Braves match up with the Padres, because Soto is now in San Diego.
Yep.
And if for some reason the Phillies end up tied with either the Padres or the Brewers, they own the tiebreaker advantage over both of those teams, we're told. So they do have a leg up entering these final 2 weeks. And Michael takes low, ball 3. Teams with the top 2 records in their respective leagues will get a first round bye. Right now in the National League, the Dodgers with 104 wins, the Mets at 96. Foul back, full count. Don't figure d'Arnaud to be running here with this 3-2 pitch. We'll find out. He's not. And Harris scalds that to center field and deep. That ball is over the head of the center fielder Marsh. d'Arnaud on his way to third. He will stop. Harris doubles off the center field fence. He's got 2 extra base hits, and the Braves have him second and third with 1 out.
It's funny how it happens. That ball was hit so much harder than his home run. And really 109.9 off the bat. It was lying too hard to get out of here. Had that backspin to it right off the middle part of the wall.
And for this Braves team, Jeff, during this little offensive lull, well, they couldn't buy a extra base hit. They've got a bunch of them in this game. 4, in fact, 4 of their 12. And now the infield comes in for Grissom. Vaughn is 2 for 2 with an RBI and a run scored. Line drive into left field. Schwarber comes charging in. Throw back to second is off target. Harris nearly wandered too far. Same for d'Arnaud. Nice running catch by Schwarber in left. And the Braves can't add on yet.
It's one of those balls right there, and I guess that's tough. And you can see Wash talking to Travis about it. Schwarber, not a great arm in left field. Watch this. Travis here. To me, you either got to get off more or you got to get back and tag right there. Again, Travis not great speed. Probably the right decision in that time. A lot of other guys you would take the chance and tag, but a break because that ball was hammered too to left field.
Second and third for Arcia. He has a single and a run scored. Pop fly foul back toward us.
I tell you, Braves hitters still getting some good swings. Having some backup sliders.
Much better day with scoring opportunities against Falter and Bellotti. Atlanta 6 runs on 12 hits. Sometimes you'll hear commentators say, "We'll save some for tomorrow."
No,
not the way the Braves struggled the first 2 games here.
You want to keep hitting. You want to score as many as you possibly can today.
Get greedy.
Get a good feeling going.
Two on, 2 strikes, 2 out. Connor Brogdon has started to warm up. Bellotti has thrown 27 pitches. And that catches the inside corner, and Arcia unable to pull the trigger. Nothing doing in the Braves' 5th, but they're up 6. Truist Park offers exclusive premium clubs that combine spectacular views of world-class baseball with first-class amenities. New this year is the newly renovated Delta Sky 360 Club, which has over 8,000 additional square feet, the Gold Glove Bar, renowned mixologists and chefs, 2 private retail stores, and much more. Go to Braves.com/premium to learn more and find out how to join next year's premium membership waitlist.
So Kyle can get right back out there. No hits through 4 innings for him. Bunch of ground balls.
6 in fact, and 5 strikeouts.
See how he's just living at that bottom part of the zone.
On the ground to Dansby. He'll get the 3rd hop. And he gets Segura by a step. That's how the home 5th starts. 1 away. Seven ground ball outs for Kyle Wright in the game. And Bryson stopped the batter. He is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Two balls, no strikes for the Phillies shortstop. Braves trying to snap a couple of streaks. Their 3-game losing run, the Phillies' 3-game win streak after they had dropped 5 in a row. That's a good breaking ball. He's had that from the first pitch of spring training this year.
Well, that's a great thing. 2-0. That's where you can do such a great job of limiting the damage. Instead of that fastball right down the middle, you can throw that curveball. This thing, Kyle, like you said, he feels confident to me in throwing almost any pitch in any situation.
Fly ball shallow center. Michael Harris right at the bottom portion of that Philadelphia P cut in the center field grass. makes the play for out number 2. Just the second flyout for the Phillies. And here's Nick Maton. He too grounded out in his first trip to the plate. Get a quick out here. Maybe have a chance to squeeze 7 innings out of Kyle today. 78 pitches. Not much stress. Phillies have only had 3 base runners in the game. And to this point, no hits. 0-2.
2 walks in that error on Austin at first base. Still sounds weird saying Austin at first base.
21st game in his career at first. As Matt Olson given the day off for Atlanta. If you're just joining us at 6 o'clock Eastern time. Braves bats came to life early and often in this game, and Kyle Wright has made that stand up. 5 hitless innings. He has struck out 6 Phillies. He's trying to win his 20th game, and he's qualified for it here in Game 3.
See college football next week. Virginia at Duke at 7:30 Eastern next Saturday over on the Bally Sports South and the Bally Sports app. ACC football on Bally Sports South is presented by your local Ford dealer.
Got a great matchup here on Bally Sports next weekend as Kyle Wright checks out his good work through 5 hitless innings on the mound for the Braves. We'll take a peek at Connor Brogdon. Brogdon will start inning number 6 for Philadelphia. Brogdon will face the 9-1 and 2 hitters for the Braves. Robbie Grossman, Dansby Swanson, and William Contreras.
Yeah, you love that. Even a game where you're just dealing like Kyle is right now. Him and Contreras sitting there going over stuff, seeing what they can do better. Look at who's coming up next inning. Obviously, top of the lineup for the third time. So, what a year he's done, and hopefully 4 more innings, he wins 20 games.
Braves enjoy a 6-0 lead. Oakland leads the Mets 7-4 after 6. As that's in for a strike from Connor Brogdon, who's struggled of late. This time of year, you wonder, young relievers, if all that workload starts to catch up with them when the games matter most. Lined and caught at first. Here's Hoskins to his right, makes a nice play. And that is out number 1. And we go back to the top of the order. Dansby Swanson made some franchise history in his last at bat. Jeffrey, RBI number 89.
Yeah, and it's kind of poetic that it's with 2 outs, right back up the middle. What a year he's had. We showed you last night. Second or third most innings played this year. And franchise record RBIs for a shortstop. Congrats to Dansby.
Zaxby's indescribably good play honors the Braves leadoff man who pops this one up. Real Muto and Hoskins converge. It'll be JT with a one-handed grab. And quickly 2 are out. Nice day for William Contreras. Yes, good work at the plate with a couple of hits, a homer, and 2 RBIs. But also, he and Wright have been in perfect sync. We wrap up the series tomorrow. Charlie Morton and Kyle Gibson will be the opposing pitchers. Then we jump on the train and head to Washington. That's always fun, a big league train trip. And so is this, looking at a big league hitter's spray charts. These are Williams' 20 home runs.
That's what he said. What do you got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 home runs opposite field. You see 3 right to dead center. That wasn't, his spray chart wasn't like that last year.
No.
As you see our StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. What a year for this young catcher.
He's an all-star. We need to take a picture of that and give it to Kevin Seitzer.
He would like that. You talk about being a complete hitter.
Much better day today for Kevin and his hitting staff when you have 6 runs on 12 hits. And you're still working in the 6th inning. I know the players wear it when things are going badly, but man, does this coaching staff wear it too.
Oh yeah, they want to win, man. They're competitive. They know what's at stake here these last 2 weeks.
So William will see a full count pitch.
2 changeups in a row trying to come in on him.
And he lost his man, a 2-out walk. Contreras aboard for the 3rd time. So there's that stat. More walks from their relievers.
Yeah. Well, we know the damage this Braves offense can do with 2 outs.
And so far today, the only Braves without a hit are Austin Riley, who's up now, and Robbie Grossman, who's batting 9th. 6 runs, 12 hits, 1 error for Atlanta. 0s across for the Phillies, who will have the top of their order coming up when they hit here in the 6th inning. Austin and the Braves down to their last strike in the 6th. Two and two. Keep working these pitchers. Get those pitch counts up. Might make them unavailable tomorrow.
Yeah. And now Contreras will get a head start here. 2 guys in a row. Brogdon's got way ahead and has not been able to put them away.
Runner goes, and the pitch is skied to the right side. Long run. Maton is there and puts the squeeze on that, shoulder high. So we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Kyle Wright's date with history continues in Philly.
And I go with the spike. And for me, you know, it's a curveball even is still a little bit of a field pitch, but I just try to let it eat. That's kind of been my big thing, is not trying to force too much with it. But for me, I've learned that I've been throwing it harder, and I've had a little more success with the harder I've thrown the curveballs.
Well, he's had a lot of success with not just the curveball, but all of his pitches today. 81 pitches through 5 innings. He is not yet allowed a hit. And Paul Bird, this is exactly what everybody in Braves country was hoping to see here in Game 3 today.
Absolutely. He talks about that curveball, grip it and rip it. He said about midway through the year that the metrics, the numbers showed that when he threw it harder, it was much more successful. So he stopped trying to be too fine with it, and he said just turned it loose. And we're seeing a great second half, incredible first half.
Fly ball hit toward left and right at Ozuna. Kyle Schwarber is retired quickly, 1 away.
And no guarantees, but I do like his chances to win 20 today. That would be special.
It would be. And Birdie, I got to imagine, I got a question for you. When you talk about throwing that curveball like that, I'm guessing if you really try to finesse it sometimes, isn't that when more you get the kind of the hanger spinner, I would think?
Yeah, and there's different types of curves, as you know. There's some that are shorter, and there's some that are big, slow, and loopy, like a Roy Oswalt, which has tremendous spin. So I think you got to find what's right for you. And you're right, if you do try to baby it, it's a pitch that you usually hang. But it's also a pitch that if you throw too hard, a lot of times you'll bounce it. So he has the ability to get on it and still put it in the strike zone.
His 85th pitch is called a strike for Rhys Hoskins, who, like all the other Phillies, is hitless on the day today. Well, it's so fun to see young players who are drafted high get to the major leagues and figure it out. Wright has done that, as that's fouled at the plate. Brian Snitker has said the most important part of the development for Kyle Wright was going back to AAA last year and pitching every 5th day for the last 2 months.
I'll be honest, how many times did we say last year, are we ever going to see this guy pitch on an everyday basis here in Atlanta? You know, and just so happened that going in spring training, how things kind of lined up, that 5th spot just kind of fell into his lap. And credit to Kyle, he took off with it and did not give it back. And John Smoltz has been a big fan of Kyle Wright for a long time. And we've talked, and I remember him saying for the last 3 years, I would love to see Kyle get an extended look where he gets the ball every 5 days and can really start to feel comfortable up here. And he's done that this year.
Bullet foul, broke his bat. And Hoskins will try again, a ball and 2 strikes. I would imagine, too, it's hard as a young player when you come into a storied franchise with the history of pitching success that the Braves have to stay true to yourself and what you know how to be, because you go from college to the minor leagues. You have new coaches, new game plans, new metrics, new analytics that try to improve what you have. It seems to me that Kyle finally said, I'm going to go back to being what I think I need to be.
Yeah, and what works for me. And I think that's, you know, look, you can have all the things you want. You know, that's what I was thinking about with Matt Olson last night, putting his hands wherever you want, doing different things. But unless you have conviction, and, you know, I've talked to a lot of pitching coaches about it when they talk to their pitchers, and sometimes they might, I want this guy to throw this pitch, but if he's not going to have conviction throwing that pitch, then throw what you want that you're going to have conviction, because we know, like, if you don't have conviction sometimes on what pitch you're going to throw, that's when you make the mistake and you pay for it.
Even count for Rhys Hoskins, who has struck out and grounded out. 7 groundouts, 6 strikeouts for Kyle in the game. And a line drive into the left field corner. That breaks up the no-hit bid. And Hoskins is on his way to second with 1 out.
one backed up on him. Hoskins is in a nice groove right now.
So are the Oakland A's. They've just added a run. They're pulling away from the Mets. It's 8-4 out in Oakland. The Braves enjoy a 6-0 lead tonight in Philadelphia. And Bryce Harper is your hitter with a runner at second for the first time in today's game. At least for the Phillies.
Yeah.
Braves have out-hit him 12-1. Lead where it counts 6-0. Again, when you look back at the 2 games the Braves have lost here in Philadelphia, trying to make lemonades out of lemons, I should say, that easy for me to say. The rest the bullpen got, I think, is something that is going to really be important over the next 4 or 5 days for Atlanta. Got Minter some rest. You got Jansen some rest. You got Iglesias a breather. All those guys have to get ready for the final stretch as well. Almost hit him. Action has begun in the Braves bullpen. Colin McHugh is the first one up. Down the line and left. Did he keep it fair? He did not. That was close.
Anytime a hitter shoots one down the line like that, you kind of hold your breath.
So Wright has Harper set up with 2 strikes. It's 3-2.
Cal getting up right towards 100 now, 96 pitches.
This one launched. Plenty fair and plenty gone. Bryce Harper, an opposite field home run. That snaps an 0 for 14 for Harper.
That changeup just hung a little too much for Kyle, and you can see Harper really, I think, been pole happy this series. Shot his sights to that left center field. Looks like that'll be into the line for Kyle, but still outstanding performance for Kyle Wright. Only 2 hits. You leave with a 6-2 lead and now turn it over to a well-rested Braves bullpen.
So Wright's in line to win his 20th. The Braves still enjoy a 4-run lead with nobody aboard in the Phillies 6th.
Cal Wright in our T-Mobile coverage cam. Outstanding this afternoon. No hitter through 5 innings. Got 7-8 ground balls. And in line to get his 20th win. For the best coverage in the game, it's the T-Mobile coverage cam.
So Kyle in line for his 7th consecutive win and 20th overall. He'll turn things over to, as you said, Jeff, the well-rested Atlanta bullpen. The first man out of the chute is right-hander Colin McHugh. There's Kyle's final line, 97 pitches. Colin last pitched against the Nationals. That was on September 20th, so he's had plenty of rest. As he faces off with JT Realmuto, who has hit the ball on the ground twice, reached on an error. That was the sharply hit ground ball to Austin Riley back in inning number 4. The Braves bullpen in September has been at its best. In August, they pitched to a 3.59 ERA. In September, a 2.06 relief mark.
Done good work. In games like this, when you get the lead, that's what you want. You want to turn it over to a group that's on a good run.
Two balls, two strikes. For the Phillies catcher, Alec Bohm, the third baseman, has been their hottest hitter, waits on deck. Philadelphia finally breaks through with a couple of hits and a couple of runs. A Bryce Harper homer. And this one caught at first by Riley. He drops it, picks it up, and steps on the bag, and that retires Realmuto. What a play.
What a beautiful play.
That's payback.
Think about it. Realmuto hit one to him last time up, smoked it right at him. This time, Austin able to make the play. Beautiful job.
Yeah, Riley had it in the glove but couldn't complete the transfer, so when it squirted away from him, he had to pick it up and make his way to the bag.
And Realmuto was already headed to the dugout, so he had plenty of time.
So McHugh gets the all-important first batter. 2 outs, and Alec Bohm is 0 for 2.
Colin, this second half, that front door curveball like that has been really big for him, just to kind of get me over strike to these right-handed hitters.
More proof that you don't have to throw 99 to be effective.
Yeah.
And he has certainly been that this year for the Braves, pitching to a 2.14 ERA since May the 6th. Ground ball to Arcia at third. He stays down, makes the peg to first, and Colin McHugh does a great job to get us to the 7th inning. It's now a 6-2 Atlanta lead. We're in game 3. That when the Mets are losing, and they are through the top of the 8th inning out in Oakland. If the A's win and the Braves win, we'll be a game and a half out as we cut to the chase. Braves are all within the Eastern Division over these final handful of games left in regular season play. We'll be with you for most of them here on Bally Sports South and Bally Sports Southeast. The cut to the chase as the Braves try to win the East and wrest that command from the New York Mets. It's presented by Texas Pete Sauce. Like you mean it. This is Sir Anthony Dominguez, who was brilliant in the first part of the season. He has really hit a speed bump of late.
I saw those numbers in the month here. 2 home runs. Has struggled. For the Braves here, you'd love at least a tack on run or 2 here as you get going to make things a little more comfortable.
In Dominguez's first 48 games, he allowed a total of 8 runs. He's now allowed 8 runs in his last inning over 2 appearances. And remember, the Braves got to him down in Atlanta for a big frame. So with Travis d'Arnaud leading off, we'll see how Dominguez fares, as that one is way outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Driven down the right field line. That's curling toward the stands. And Travis d'Arnaud looking for his 3rd hit in the day. We'll see another pitch. To right. Todd has room. That curling away from him, but he stayed with it. And there is your first out of the inning. With the playoffs approaching, and Truist Park, as you know, will be rocking. It's a great place to book a suite or hospitality area. There are so many great places to entertain friends, family, and clients for the playoffs. Between 20 and 150 people. We can help you have your playoff party be the best it will ever be. Go to braves.com/hospitality for more information. The only thing we don't know is, will we be hosting a playoff game
on Friday or Tuesday?
On Friday or Tuesday.
Tuesday sounds better.
Although Friday can be fun too.
Friday Night Showdown.
That's right. We only have one more Friday Night Showdown left.
Kind of sad.
But it's going to be a biggie.
It is.
That'll be our last home telecast when the Mets are in town. Marcel's had a good day at the plate today. He's hit the ball hard twice. He's got a hit. He's scored a run. And this one lined out of reach at 3rd. The Padres are in Colorado later. Milwaukee is in Cincinnati later. Those are important scores for the Phillies. The out-of-town score we care about is Oakland 8, Mets 4 in the bottom of the 8th inning. And Ozuna swung late at that. 2 outs. So Sir Anthony Dominguez has his 2nd out. And Michael Harris is your hitter. Harris, a 2-run homer and a 5th inning double. That's out of play. Foul. Hope you'll stick around for the stretch. That's presented by our friends at Georgia Natural Gas. Trevor and BJ will talk about all the big happenings in Atlanta at Truist Park as we battle the Phillies at Citizens Bank Park again tonight.
That's the thing with Dominguez. You see he's got a big arm. I mean, he's sitting there at 99. But again, another guy, can you control it? Can you consistently replicate what you're doing? Did early in the year, has not as of late.
Ground ball deep short. Stott backhands. Long throw, and Harris is going to beat the wrap. He's got a 3-hit game. All he needs is a triple for the cycle.
I'll tell you what, that's where you talk about a young infielder. We talk about Dansby Swanson, the clock, knowing right here he took an extra second to kind of turn himself to get going. With Michael Harris run, you can't do that. Especially, watch this. He goes the other way right here, Chip. See how he kind of sets himself? He's got to get rid of that ball right away.
Tried to make up for it with a strong throw, and Harris beat it rather easily. So the inning continues, and this one to Stott again. Got rid of that one quickly, and Segura at the bag will send us to the stretch. A lot more fun in Philly for Braves country tonight. 6-2 your score. Trevor, BJ, take it away back in Atlanta. The 7th inning here at Citizens Bank Park. The Braves are excited to announce a new retail location in the Battery, Atlanta. The Final Out, the Braves clubhouse store, is now open between Baseballism and Burn on Battery Avenue. The store features World Series championship apparel and novelties, as well as discounted merchandise in all categories. Come see them in person. Follow @Braves Retail on Instagram and Twitter for all the information. Couple of changes for the Braves. Guillermo Heredia will replace Marcell Ozuna defensively in left field with this 4-run lead. And Raisel Iglesias, Jeff, is on to pitch the bottom of the 7th.
I can tell in a 6-2 game, like you said, we're either going to see Iglesias for 2 innings, or with Schwarber and Harper kind of possibly looming in the 8th, maybe Mentor pitches the 8th today.
Iglesias hasn't pitched in a while. His last outing was on the 19th. Again, that was in the Nationals series.
I know this. If you're Brian Snitker and you look up at that board and see Oakland 8-4 in the 8th inning, you're making sure you're winning this ball game.
Marsh has struck out twice. Kyle Wright, 5 1/3 innings of 2-hit 2-run ball. McHugh got 2 outs. Now Iglesias starts with a clean 7th. On the ground, Riley off the heel, bobbles and can't get it out of his glove. Flips it down the first base line, and Marsh is safe.
Two teammates there walking next to each other with the Angels.
The ball finds you, doesn't it?
It does. And see, this is the difference at third base. You're always charging the ball. And not to say that you shouldn't charge it there, but with Iglesias coming, maybe here you stop and you let it kind of hit one more time before you do that.
So that has scored an E3 on Riley. Marsh aboard. And Gene Segura, the hitter, he's walked and grounded out. Oakland's pouring it on. It's 10-4 now. Here it's 6-2. But we need 9 outs. This goes back to what I said earlier in the game. Anyone who thinks winning a major league game is easy, ask any major league manager how easy it is.
And in this park.
Yes.
This park, leads can disappear quick.
Into center. Dansby can't track that down. Marsh will stop at second. Segura didn't hit it hard, but hit it hard enough. And here come the Phillies with 2 on and nobody out.
Got what he wanted, jammed him right here. As you said, kind of the perfect location, just out of the reach of Dansby.
The Braves have given the Phillies an extra out here. Let's hope Iglesias can pitch around that. Bryson Stott is 0 for 2. Oh, wow. It's a strike. It wasn't called. 2-0.
It's a real good pitch.
Riley for 1. The return not in time.
Hey, almost turned that.
But the double play still in order. First and third, 1 away. Nick Maton, the batter, he is hitless today.
Let's see, giving Iglesias a second here to kind of catch his breath.
Maton, then Schwarber coming up for the Phillies with first and third, 1 out. They head to the 9th in Oakland, 10-4 Athletics. That game was started by Jacob deGrom. Our game was started by Kyle Wright, who has a great shot to win number 20. A.J. Minter getting ready in case of further issues here.
He tried to set that first pitch up. Well, that went with a changeup on the first pitch front door and then try to throw that fastball in.
Now he's got his man set up. A strikeout would be nice. To center. And Michael is there to make the catch. The Braves will concede the run. Marsh comes home. The Phillies cash in the air, and the Braves lead has been trimmed to 6-3.
You know, it's been trimmed, but at the same time, Chip, that's damage control. First and third, you're up thing, and yeah, Smith's going to go out and bring Minter in here with Schwarber coming up. Got to play the matchup.
Iglesias faces 4 batters. He gives up a hit, an unearned run. And it'll be Minter versus Schwarber, who is 0 for 3 so far in today's game. 6-3 Atlanta. It's 7th inning action at Citizens Bank Park.
Braves Baseball is brought to you by your local Ford dealer. Delta Airlines, keep climbing. And by Truist, when you start with care, you get a different kind of bank.
Well, let's see if we can put down the Phillies here. A.J. Minter is going to come on and take on Kyle Schwarber, who is 0 for 3 in the game and 0 for 10 in the series. A.J. Minter, Jeff, as you see, has been a very busy man.
Man, he's had 69 games this season, just over 63 innings. But look at what I love: 12 walks to 87 strikeouts. So, you know, when A.J. comes in the game, he's not walking you. And Braves this series have done a great job with Schwarber. See if A.J. can continue the good work.
You prefer not to face Rhys Hoskins with men on base, as hot as he has been in the series. So Minter with a runner at first, 2 outs, protecting a 6-3 lead, and just off the plate. Kyle Schwarber 0 for 6 in his career against Minter. Wow, man, a little better than the one that was barely off the plate, but called a ball. 2-0. If you're to believe the box, that looked like a strike.
Contreras did not frame that one like we're used to seeing. Kind of went off the plate.
I don't think that one was as good as the first 2, but we'll take it. 2 balls and a strike. Hoskins has had a big series with 5 hits. He's on deck. And he will represent the tying run as Minter walks the first batter he's assigned.
Well, now you're facing their hottest hitter right now with Hoskins. Like anything, A.J. pitched from behind that time. See if he can get ahead here and then go to work.
Hoskins also 0 for 6 against A.J. Minter with 4 strikeouts. Just need 1 out. And you turn things back over to your offense in a 6-3 game. Come on, AJ.
There's a good slider.
As it so often does, this Phillies rally began with an error. The Phillies have scored that run. Now a 2-out walk has runners first and second. After Hoskins, you've got to deal with Bryce Harper.
That's one thing you know Hoskins. He's a patient hitter.
down the line and foul. He missed tying the game by 3 feet.
Wow. That thing hooked just enough. I wouldn't mind seeing AJ throw something on the outside part of the plate, whether it's a fastball away, that changeup going down and away. If you throw that cutter, you just take a chance of keeping it up and throwing it right into his bat.
Well, you've got the crowd in the game for the first time. So now the runners will get a head start. Stott can fly at second. Schwarber cannot at first. 3-2. 2 outs and a 3-run lead. Hey, got him to swing and miss. You called it, Jeff. He went away, and Hoskins couldn't resist.
Beautiful pitch.
So Minter puts out a 7th-inning fire. The Phillies settle for 1, and we go to the 8th with a 3-run lead. Vote for Tyler Matzik for the 2022 Roberto Clemente Award presented by Capital One, which recognizes players who best represent the game through positive contributions on and off the field. Tyler's done great work supporting mental health awareness, and we hope you'll vote for him today at MLB.com/Clemente21. Great job by A.J. Minter to get Rhys Hoskins. And now we head to the 8th inning. David Robertson, his second stint with the Phillies, will come on and face the 8-9-1 Atlanta hitters.
Now you love a tack-on run. Still got 6 outs to get. But what a huge pitch by A.J. Minter to Hoskins there. 98 painted away exactly which one. You saw how he just flailed at it. Everything else was in, and he was able to make the pitch.
Well, you got to win this game. Oakland just beat the Mets. That's gone final 10-4 out of the Oakland Coliseum. The game was started by Jacob deGrom today. So it's there for the taking. Atlanta can get the game back that they lost last night if they can finish off this 6-3 evening in Philadelphia. On the ground to short. Stott with a perfect throw for out number 1. I see a 1 for 4. Robbie Grossman, your hitter. First, a quick word from Zaxby's.
Try Zaxby's Chicken Finger Plate with Tongue Torch, Zax Sauce, or any of our sauces.
Robbie lined out his last time up. Nice play by Hoskins at first, ranging to his right. That sequence with Rhys Hoskins tells you A, how cruel the game can be for a hitter, but how rewarding it can be for a pitcher, right?
So close and yet so far away.
Yeah. Grossman behind 0-2. Dansby Swanson, the Braves leadoff man, waiting next. Again, no Ronald Acuna, no Matt Olson today. Acuna's back still bothering him. Olson got a day off. And over the outside corner for out number 2. 36,692.
It's a good crowd today.
May have been entertained with a great game. Braves jumped in front 6-0. Kyle Wright flirted with a no-hitter until Hoskins doubled and Harper hit a home run in the 6th inning. Phillies got an unearned run in the 7th, and that's where we stand now with 2 outs in the top of the 8th inning. Phillies will have their 3, 4, 5 hitters coming up in the home part of the frame. And that's coming up in just a second as Marsh is in straightaway center. And he'll haul that in. Robertson with an easy 1, 2, 3/8. The 8th inning. Let's take a look at our Verizon projected starter for tomorrow. Well, there is a pretty good idea of who it's going to be, and he's been hot lately, Jeff.
Yeah, Charlie Morton has done exactly what you want. He struck out 32% of the batter's face in his last 9 starts. He's got 11.9 Ks per 9 innings, 7th best in the NL since August 1st. So perfect guy if you can hold on to this one. Get a split tomorrow. Smart move here, I think, for the Braves. Putting Matt Olson back at first base, moving Austin Riley over to third. In a 6-3 game with Mentor and of course Jansen for the 9th, you got to put your best defense out there now.
Harper, a 2-run homer tonight. Tried to hit a solo shot. Ambushed the first pitch, but skies it right to Heredia. With the high sky, he makes the play. And there is out number 1. This is, I think, another area that we don't talk enough about and what makes the Braves bullpen so dangerous. Brian Snitker does not have to play lefty-lefty matchup with any of his relief pitchers. Same with the righties. AJ gets the righties out just as good as he does the lefties.
Yeah, you don't worry about that. But that being said, I like what Snit's done a little bit with Iglesias, Mentor, mixing them 7th, 8th, depending on who they match up better with. Both those guys can pitch to either righties or lefties, but still you can give them a little bit of an advantage.
Now you know where JT Realmuto is going to hit this ball, don't you? Right at Austin Riley.
But this time it's going to be.
Yeah. JT is 0 for 3 in the game. He's out hit him 13-3, but it's still a nail biter here at Citizens Bank Park. Well, he hit it to short.
Yeah.
Dansby's got it. And Minter has the 2nd out of the 8th inning. And Alec Boehm coming up. He's 0 for 3 and trying to extend a 6-game hitting streak.
Now 2 good outs there versus 3, 4 hitters.
Zach Eflin. He's turned into a nice weapon for the Phillies in their bullpen. A starter who's been very effective pitching multiple innings in relief. And with some uncertainty over Wheeler and the workload of Aaron Nola.
Yeah. The
other Phillies starters, that could be a very big piece to their playoff puzzle. The pitch. is chopped toward third. Riley gets a big hop, gloves, grabs, guns, and a stretch at first in time. What a job by A.J. Minter. He faces 5 hitters, walks 1, and gets the rest, and sends us to the 9th with the lead.
Well, we head to the 9th in Philadelphia. Braves 6, Phillies 3. Before we get you to the action, let's take a quick message from Landmark.
To celebrate our 40th anniversary, Landmark announces 40 days to save. Nobody beats the Giant. Nobody.
Always the best deal. Always.
So Zach Eflin will come on and pitch the 9th inning. His goal, keep the Braves at 6-3, but also gives him some more experience coming out of that bullpen gate and pitching late in the ball game. And he's greeted rudely with a first pitch swing and a base hit for Contreras, who's got a 3-hit day. Well, the Braves made up for lost time in this one. 14 hits.
Okay, you drop someone in that 2-hole for the Braves. They seem to get 2 or 3 hits a night. Beautiful piece of hitting.
There are only 2 Braves who started today without a hit. And the old saying goes, somebody's got to make the outs.
Yeah, that's true.
Austin is 0 for 4. Robbie Grossman is 0 for 4. Everybody else has at least 1 knock in the game. Swanson 2, Contreras 2, Darno 2, Michael Harris 3, Vaughn Grissom a couple of singles. It has been a great rebound for the Braves after 2 frustrating losses the first 2 nights. Breaking ball, he hung it, and Austin popped it up. And Hoskins will have room. He almost had that pop out of the palm of the glove, but Riley's retired for out number 1.
He got a hanger on that pitch, but it kind of almost backed up too much where he couldn't get extension on it.
Here's Travis d'Arnaud. He got the Braves going in the 2nd inning. A double to left, beat the throw to second. Was fully laid out in the air, diving into the second base bag, pulled out a last-minute swim move, beat the throw, and then Vaughn Grissom singled him home, and the Braves' offensive day was begun. Single run in the 2nd, single run in the 3rd, 4 runs in the 4th. And Kyle Wright 3 outs away from Atlanta history and his 20th win. At the bottom of the zone, called a strike. I'm one that doesn't mind when the catcher's hitting look back at the umpire, because they've got the best look at what is and isn't a strike on any given day. Had a close call that went Eflin's way. That pitch off the plate, though, 2-2. On the ground towards second. Segura to stop for one. And the peg to first is perfect. So we head to the bottom of the ninth inning. The Braves are 3 outs away from a victory at Citizens Bank.
Atlanta Braves Baseball is brought to you by Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealers today. Toyota, let's go places. The Georgia Lottery. Today could be the day. And by Yellowwood. If it doesn't have this yellow tag, you don't want it.
Beautiful night in Philadelphia. We can make it even more lovely if Kenley Jansen can pick up the save. He is on to close it out for Atlanta, seeking number 37. He already leads the National League with 36 saves. And Jansen will have the bottom half of the Phillies lineup coming up in the ninth with the biggest lead, Jeff, you can have. 3 runs.
And Kenley, I feel like it's been a lot better the last few times, and given a 2-3 run lead, he has been outstanding, and look for him to try to follow Mentor and the great work by this pen. Give Kyle Wright his 20th win, Chip.
Kenley Jansen looking for his 19th career save against the Phillies. We saw their starter Bailey Falter get roughed up over 6 runs on 10 hits in 3 2/3 innings. The rest of their relief corps didn't give up anything.
No.
So the Phillies pen was very effective here today. Only 1 walk in 5 1/3 innings. So Marsh will lead off. Marsh reached on an error and scored the 3rd and final Philadelphia run. That was in the 7th. That ball had some movement and called a strike. Kenley Jansen had a hiccup or 2 on the West Coast trip. He has not given up an earned run in his last 4 outings and has 3 consecutive saves in as many appearances.
The one thing we're noticing, though, he's doing, I feel like, a better job of keeping that ball down in the zone.
And as you've said so many times, getting ahead.
Yeah.
Closer's got to throw strikes. Kenley's doing that so far. Snit and his staff have it set up the way they want to pick up the game on the Mets. Oakland beat them 10-4 out west. Trevor and BJ are standing by in Atlanta. They'll wrap it up on Braves Live postgame after Jansen finishes off the Phillies. It's a 6-3 game. On the ground to second. Grissom's got it. And Jansen gets the first man.
Beautiful job down and in with that cutter, exactly where you want it in that situation, and was able to really jam the hitter.
James Segura has reached twice. He's walked and he has singled. Morton and Gibson tomorrow. Center cut, but Segura couldn't connect, and he's down to his last strike. Little extra on the line for Kenley Jansen. Then just a Braves win in this one. The pitch. And it's on the ground to Dansby. He'll play it off the backhand. Nicely done. 2 outs. And that little extra is now very much in focus for Kyle Wright, who's an out away from becoming a 20-game winner in the major leagues.
Right. Kenley again looking so much better. Last few times that ball down in the zone. A lot easier to pitch that way. And then when he does go up, it's for a purpose.
So one more man to get. It's Bryson Stott, the Phillies shortstop. And he gets ahead, strike one. Now the Braves are a strike away.
See the miles per hour too on that one. 95. Yeah, remember last year towards the end of the season, Will Smith started to kind of have an upward trend and carried it right in the postseason. It was a perfect 7 for 7. Be nice if Kenley could get on that type of roll for this Braves team.
No balls, 2 strikes. Did he go? He went, and the Braves have won it. Kyle Wright is a 20-game winner, and the Braves have a shot to even up this series tomorrow afternoon.
Man, you got to talk about Kyle Wright to start. 20 wins for the young right-hander, and his first, really, we can call it full year taking the ball every time. And then credit this bullpen again. And look, the offense answered, Chip, when it needed to. It had struggled, and they came out today clicking on all cylinders right from the start and get a huge win. Mets lose. Like that, you're 1.5 back.
And a little swagger back in the steps of the Braves, who were, I think,
see some smiles.
Yeah,
man.
a little down after the game last night, understandably so. So you pick up a game, you go for a split of the series tomorrow behind Charlie Morton, and you start play just a game and a half behind New York. Our coverage starts at 12:30 Eastern on Valley Sports Southeast. Congratulations to Kyle Wright, a 20-game winner, the first since Russ Ortiz to do that. And that was 19 years ago. We'll wrap it all up for you on Braves Live, presented by Xfinity. Trevor and BJ are standing by in Atlanta with the happy news from Philly tonight.